What's happening, y'all? What's good with you? What's good, world? It's your brother, it's your man, the dopest dude on the planet, Peter Lang. Is that good? No. Hey, so new normal, new norms. I think we're all going through some really big shifts right now, big changes. The world's been such a precarious and inconsistent, and not just inconsistent, but unreliable. Uncertain is the best word. We don't really know what to expect, except that you need to have what you need to survive, and you want to maintain health, mental health, wealth, and some peace of mind. So on that note, making a video, doing a little log and vlog. I've been wanting to have these spaces or create spaces where not just like broadcasting myself, but some place to tap in, because I feel like life, so much stuff happens and changes and is continually going on that you need to log in. You need a little save station. Like one of my favorite video games, Metroid. When you're playing a game, you get these like save stations, at least in like the Prime games. And like little checkpoints are so beautiful and so useful to like reestablish some sense of peace, reestablish some sense of guidance, some sense of equilibrium and balance, because so many things are. So now that I'm actually back in Houston, for those of you who know me, I'm from South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and yeah, so I'm in Houston. My parents moved here when I started college, which was a quiet but big shift that I really didn't notice or focus on, and because a lot of my life was still happening in Florida, so I just came here for the summers and came here for like breaks, Christmas, things like that, which still was kind of extraneous. Hindsight is 2020. Shout out Heinz, because I love that YouTuber. I've been kind of straddling two spaces and realizing that like getting out of college, like I got out of college during COVID. Like literally I graduated college during the pandemic. And then, I started working, trying to find some jobs that would like kind of help sustain me. And then my goals after that were to then take on some of my artistic endeavors. And along with that, I had gained some very new artistic goals and artistic like things wanted to come to life out of me. And I kind of went on this wild, now I'm looking back at it, I went on this wild journey, partially of like self-discovery and partially of just like, roots, going home. And, it's funny where journeys take you and how things transpire. But then also about like a big lesson over the past 2 to 3 years was like my capacity and then boundaries. And knowing what you can handle, what you can, they have that saying, God only gives you what you can handle. But like, sometimes you can't handle some shit, and you gotta know your capacities, and you gotta know like, okay, this is for me, this is not for me, this is like cool, I can do this is not cool, I can't do this. So, really kind of realizing that getting out of college, your whole point of that is to establish yourself. And I kind of spent a little bit of time doing some things that, I'm grateful I had the experience, and it forever changed my world and the way I see things, but, not necessarily I'm not even sugarcoat shit. It wasn't what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm an artist And I want to work towards being able to be an artist full time, or at least having the capacities to work full time. Do not lay on that. My dog came in the room. No, 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 no. Don't lay on it. Thank you. You can come here. Oh, she leaving. Oh well. Sorry, baby. That's my dog, lady. Yeah. So I'm just saying that. Yeah, I was saying that. Capacities, and then I was talking about that was the wrong word. Something that happened over the past few years is like my ability to remember my train of thought, and I think it has to do with like short form videos, and like also my lack of like practice and meditation over the past couple of years. Like that definitely dipped down. Yeah, I be losing my thoughts sometimes, so I'm working on re-upping my brain and like reading more books instead of like being on social media or watching YouTube. I was talking about like just like establishing yourself, like coming out of college. Like the whole goal is to then, you know, move into your said career, move into what you want to do. And I'm happy to say that I'm learning that my journey is not linear. Journeys are not linear. And that, you know, sometimes you'll go up hills, you'll go around in different places, and then you'll go end up in different spots. And then even sometimes when you know what you want, you know, that happens. And I think some of my experience, when I look back at it, was really my whole experience. Lady, I don't want you on the carpet, girl. Not this, my bro. So yeah, like I was saying, you know, getting out of college is like you're supposed to establish yourself, you know, or not supposed to, but like in my mind, you know, if you don't have rich ass parents and not trying to just like live off them type of shit, like you want to establish yourself, you want to get your life going. So that's really what I began working on, was just seeking to establish myself. But I think I realized I was just out of alignment. Not, I don't think they're here yet. Out of alignment. Not really like tapped into like my specific goals and everything. So something I realized about myself was that like I move off of like project. Not, I'm sure this is how it works for other artists. Probably not the only one, but I move off of like the projects that come to me, right? So like during COVID, this comic, I realized how much I love comic books, and actually for a long time I've had like stories in mind that I've wanted to write, but I never actually started writing. I would just talk about them, and they'd be cool ideas, great ideas. I have a whole stand that I can use. Cool ideas, but I never like took action on them. So now, you know, life has shown me, take action on all your dreams, you know, let it get messy, and you'll figure it out, and you can clean it up. At least that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna get real messy over the rest of my life. I want the rest of my life a magical mess, a chaotic, self-organizing mess with lots of entropy and growth and change. That's gonna be me. That's gonna be my life, and I'm okay with that. Accepting that, because I'm realizing that a lot of what I've been doing, it's like having these plans, you know, and not to say that your plans aren't gonna work, but like you really gotta stick to them if you're gonna do that. So yeah, after college, realizing that this whole time frame after this jump of like three-ish, gonna be 4 years. If in a year it'll be 4 years. It's like, create, follow those passions, follow those projects, follow those things that make you feel that are calling you, you know, do the things that are calling you and like asking to be birthed. That's how I feel about this this project, this comic book specifically. Like it literally came to me during COVID how much I love comic books and manga specifically, but I'm making a comic book that we get reformatted to put into a manga. I can do whatever once I get it done. You feel me? When I have it out. So, but also I like comics. You know, I have in my room some comics. Actually, one of my professors, cool, like funny thing, right? One of my professors before I left FGCU, he gave me some comic books. His name, Mr. Yuakim. And it was sick. Like I was wondering, I was like, I got these comic books from him. It's called Heroes in Crisis. He had like the whole series, and Heroes in Crisis literally like a bunch of heroes that needed therapy because of like the shit that they seen and did. So it's taking a very realistic like approach and thought process to heroes, to like, look at this cover. This is not Heroes in Crisis, but I had to get that from one of the comic book stores. So tough. Yeah, like imagine like your family and friends like getting vaporized in pieces. Don't imagine that. But you can imagine how like terrifying, traumatizing those situations and experiences could be. And then feeling like you have to like save the world. Like I think there's a really interesting complex within Western comics, and I think that the reason that we do that is that because I think in the US specifically, and like, so I'm gonna rewind. This is why I'm saying the reasons that I think we have comics about heroes saving people. I think, and then I'm about to say where it comes from. So originally, like comics and certain stories and mythos, they come about because it's speaking to a certain cultural, social need, right? So like Superman was like during World War I, II, whatever, you know, like to lift the morale of like the country and make, you know, the American children, American boys and girls feel safe, Like they created Superman, you know, and this character, it's like valiant and it's fighting for something, and it's this value and it means something. So like that's Superman, right? And then out of that came like this whole array and age of heroes. My perspective, and I think superhero comics are cool as fuck, I love them. I feel like there's a little like consciousness, maybe guilt, maybe I'm looking really deep into it right now, but like maybe guilt, maybe like this feeling of like, snap, we did something fucked up and now like you gotta try and make things right or save things, or to, you know, or to make yourself feel better about the things that you've done to paint yourself as a hero, right? There's like a complex there, I think. Because like even when I look at comics and superhero stories, like it's interesting when you start getting into like different minority groups of comics and like what it's like when they start telling their stories through like a superhero lens. It's just very, very, very interesting how you get to see these different aspects of human experience and what some people on certain levels within society and that escape experience versus others. And then also then what heroes mean to those people. Like people make jokes that Batman is a billionaire that beats up poor people. Because, it's fucked up. His parents got killed, but like, it's like, yo, now you gonna take it off on the whole streets? I didn't do that, bro. No, but crime must be punished. And like that shit's hilarious to me. So, and Batman is one of my favorite superheroes. I think the whole mythos and concept behind him is really cool. But I think the current versions that we've had of Batman over the years have been fatalistic. I'm going on tangents right now that we're gonna like have to dig into later, but like continuing the tangent is like, I think also like you'll see that there's a certain level of consciousness during like the 2000s, the early 2000s, late 90s, the 90s to the 2000s, and just interesting to see like how there's a social cultural like zeitgeist like consciousness that people kind of are like in tune and follow, and it's like, oh, that's just what we were doing. Those were the movies we were making. Those were the music and movies we were making. Like if you look back at like Rush Hour, like the amount of like misogyny and like whatever the other words are for like sexualizing women. I remember I was watching the other day, I was like, damn, niggas had these women bent over, you're under arrest. Funny as hell, but I'm looking back at this, I'm like, damn, as a kid I was watching these movies, I'm like, no wonder why like in my head certain things were the way they were. You gotta do a little bit of unscrewing. Now that's if you want to look at that like on a deep level, but if not, whatever. So getting back into the comments that I have, House of Slaughter is an indie comic. I think it's an indie comic. I love it. It's really good. So spoilers if you don't want to know a little bit about it, but I'm gonna say a little bit about House of Slaughter, from the world of Something is Killing the Children. This comic book right here, sick as hell. So the whole concept is that basically like children are able to see monsters that adults aren't, right? Unless you get, inject with some type of serum in order to see them. And they're like spirits. I didn't even finish. I only read through volume 1 and 2 and read a little bit of like House of Slaughter. Real interesting to see like the ideas and concepts behind it. And like House of Slaughter is basically like, I might be saying it wrong, but like an orphanage-ish type of thing that takes in children that have either experienced these monsters. And they're almost like imaginary, like, I didn't finish it, but like, I think imaginary, like, I want to say like imaginary friends or imaginary like spirits or some shit. It's weird. It's cool though. It's dark. It's really dark. But I was using this volume 1, to help me create. It really helped, like, to create my like first 3 pages of my comic book. So the comic book I'm working on is called Soul Origins. It's about a young boyish man. He's like 15, going to find going to find a sacred relic called Origin, a truth orb called Origin, that his uncle got lost looking for. So he's kind of looking for his uncle. He's kind of looking for this truth orb, more so the truth orb, because he believes in his uncle so much that, he's still out there journeying somewhere. So he's not actually missing. It's this like super strong belief in how amazing he believes someone is that he's not worried about, like how Gon wasn't worried about his mom, kind of like that. I think in the manga Gon's mom is dead or something, but might be wrong. So yeah, Soul is the main character, and he's on a journey or on a hunt or an exploration. He's on an exploration to find the truth orb Origin, which allows the holder of said truth orb to know the origin of all things. And this truth orb is on a unlisted, restricted, secret forbidden island called Hyperion. right? And so he's going to find this truth orb that is on Hyperion, and we get to follow him on his adventure and see the perils that he faces as he goes onto this island to find this sacred relic. That's it. Yeah, in this world, you know, characters have superpowers and stuff like that. Sort of like My Hero Academia, they have quirks. I call them expressions. That's the short synopsis, and that's gonna be my quote unquote like first one shot, first like origin story-ish thing. That's why it's called Soul Origin, and that's gonna kind of lead us into a deeper, begin to open up the story of this character, this very ambitious character, for the working title in which I have called Limitless. I think that's a good ass title, and I think there's other comic books and mangas out there probably called Limitless, but I'm thinking like Limitless Exploration, Unbound. I don't like Unbound though. I think it sounds like something else. Yeah, so it's talking about a lot of stuff. I'm working on not cursing on video anymore. Okay, kids, you don't need to use curse words. You don't need to do any extraneous weird substances. Stay sober, you know. Excuse me. Yes, so comic book soldiers, I told you about it. Yeah. Writing it right now. I've been finishing up the script, and I just getting the script down, and then I'm gonna start working on the artwork. Or sending it to someone for an illustrator, figure it out. But super excited about that. And these were the comics that I used. There's a really dope comic book creator out there, and he had a YouTube page. I'm putting him on blast because he has a dope ass YouTube page that he took down videos on how to create comics. I'm telling you, like, this guy, what I was having issues with for like 2.5 years, solved all my problems within 5 minutes. Literally things I was looking for answers for over the past 2.5 years, gave me the answers to them in like 5 to 10 minutes. He's on Instagram. I don't know if his videos, if he put them back up or not. I don't know why he's hogging the juice. So much love to him. I'm putting you on blast though, bro. I don't know why you hogging the juice. If you want to set up a course, I'll pay. I'll pay for the course, bro. Make a course. I'll put 20, 30. I'll put whatever I need to put on the course to take the course. You know what I'm saying? So make a course, or put the YouTube up, one of the two. But he was doing like some really cool, like kind of like artist integrity, motivational stories, and like not stories, but like motivational like videos. And man, I just had so much, like, I got so much respect for the dude. But he just dropped a comic book. His name's Ed Illustrations. ED Illustrations. Homie is dope. The artwork's sick. Go check out him. He's got a new comic book out right now, and I didn't check it out, but it's fire, and I'm gonna cop soon once I get a job, get some money. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, like for real. He's sick. While I'm shouting out other comic book creators, don't do it, lady. Don't do it, lady. Lay down right there. Right there. Good girl. Good girl. I have a rug my brother made for me, and it's really cool. And I want to put it up on my wall. As you see, my walls are empty right now. Empty. You know, like empty. And I want to put some stuff on my walls. So like, and I want to put this carpet on the wall because it's so nice, it's so colorful. It will just pop whenever you come in the room. It's like bam, you feel me? Like, so I'm gonna get this room set up, start making YouTube videos again. Peter Lang Vision, I'm gonna keep that name, but I might start, I don't know, I'm figuring out if I should put everything under one, because I'm a multifaceted creator. I am a creator, so I make anything I deem or choose I want to make, bro. I write plays, I write movies, I direct movies. I'm a director. I'm a creative director. I'm a poet. So y'all are gonna get a lot from me. So if you like, you know, any of these things like theater, poetry, music. Right now, I'm just focusing on the comic book and some other things. I'm gonna feed you slowly, cause you're gonna be like, damn, this dude do a lot of different things. He does it all. I don't do it all, but I do a lot. I don't crochet hats yet, you know. So, Soul Origins, bro. That's my comic book. Be on the lookout for it, y'all. When I'm telling you, I'm praying for your support, like 10,000 fold, bro. Like, I am praying for your support. Like, you might not be able to see it, but I got some drawings in the back here. I love this stuff so much. Like, that was partially the reason why I was depressed. This past 2 years. Like, I was depressed because I put this comic book to the side. Oh, I put it to the side. I stopped working on it. And it was screaming at me like, Peter, put it out, put it out. I was talking to people about it, showing people. I'm like, yo, Peter, put it out. So this video also is about, like, if you're an artist and you were like really good in one or two different fields, and you know you've been known for that, but then like something just comes to you and you want to go create it without any stops, any holds, release any self-doubt or any doubts. Once you start doing something, you are that something. You are may not be the greatest of that something, but you are that something. You're a blacksmith. You might be a shitty blacksmith, but you're a blacksmith, okay? Your swords might be all bent and weird, but you're on the path, okay? The only way you get better is by doing, trying. So I don't care if I draw this manga myself, this comic book myself, and it looks the way it looks, cool. But like, I printed out some drawings on my own recently, and just looking at them, I'm like, oh, this shit look raw. Like, I feel good. Like, I don't care if anybody else, I know y'all gonna buy it because y'all love me though. But like, I know you're gonna like it. Like, I'm making something that the childhood Peter would love. I'm making something that the childhood, the teenager, the adult, the boy to man would love. Because it has action. Bro, this is literally like, if you put, I'm mixing all my favorite things into it, but it's not messy. Because I'm gonna talk my shit. I have taste. And so it's gonna take some time for it to, you know, level out. I'm not gonna talk my shit yet. I'm gonna let it speak for itself, baby. I'm gonna let it speak for itself. So look, my dog Kareem, bro. My dog Lightning. If y'all don't know about Lightning, bro, you need to find out. I'm gonna have to put his link in the bio, in the thing, in the description. Bro, when I tell you my boy is dope with it, he's dope with it. He's a writer, and he's already got some light novels out. He's been had light novels out, and then he has pretty, like, a web comic that's been doing really well for a while. I don't know if he's like back on it, but I need y'all to check him out. Okay, so that's what's happening, and I'm glad I picked up my phone and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a video. I'm just gonna do something. So I'm here. Sometimes I'll be trying to be mysterious and like, nah, bro, just make a video, bro. Stop all that play. Make a video, talk to people, express yourself, get it out, and we move forward and make a law. This is my save station, you feel me? So this is my little checkpoint. I'm checking in with y'all, checking in with myself, and you know, sharing my experience and my journey with you. So hopefully you can glean some wisdom from it. Maybe you've had similar experiences. Maybe you've struggled with really feeling like you in alignment with your thing and being in your bag. So all I wanted to do these past few years, just I want to be in my bag. I want to be in my bag, in my pocket. You feel me? There's nothing. I don't think there's a more beautiful feeling than that. You feel me? Like, being in your pocket, just being in your groove, and like everything is just gonna, I just know it. Once I get in that, you know, everything's gonna just start swirling around me the way I'm gonna be the center of my solar system. You feel me? I'm the star, and everything surround me is orbiting me in the ways that I need it to. You feel me? And I'm handling business the way I need to. You feel me? So be your own solar system, be your own star. You are the center of your universe, you're the center of your solar system, galaxy, however you want to phrase it. And we're in this universe together, you feel me? But we get to create. We're creators. So we create with our visions, we create with our minds, we create with our hearts, we create with our words, and we most definitely create with our actions. I think that's the biggest thing that collapses like possibilities and ideas into actuality. So on that note of being creators, shout out to all my creators out there, and all of you are creators. You are powerful. You have the power to create worlds. You have the power to change worlds and change your world and be the best version of you. If anything you get from this is that you can, and I can, we can be our greatest selves. We have the power right now because of technology. We have the tools, and even before technology, we had the tools, but so much is accessible. So if you're hearing this, if you're seeing this, if you ever have doubted yourself, if you have ever felt weak, if you ever felt despondent, if you ever felt scared, if you ever felt like unworthy, I'm here to tell you from someone who has felt all of those things I just told you. If you ever felt ashamed, that you have the power to grow, to change, and one, that you're perfect just as you are, that you're unique in who you are, and you're just perfect as you are, period. Like, you are exactly as you need to be, right? But on top of that, you can be whoever, whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want, right? And you can create whatever you want, and you have that power. And on top of that, no one can take that from you. All right, so in the name of us being our highest versions of ourselves and being the creators that we have always been destined to be, and creating worlds that we want to live in, visualizing worlds that we want to live in and create, and being the people and being the humans that we have the capacities to be, I send this message to you, and I share this energy with you and this prayer with you, whatever you want to call it. And I tell you that you got it. You're worthy. You got it. We got it. We can do this, and we're making it happen. And I'm so excited that, you know, we're on this journey together. So, peace, power, and love. When I say power, I mean power to the group and the individual, power to the self, you know, the whole collective self. Let us become greater versions of ourselves, and let us just shine, you know, shine your light. So if that's poetry, if that's music, if that's track and field, if that's dancing, if that's math, science, whatever, STEM, whatever, being a veterinarian, you know, bridging gaps between language barriers and culture and all of that. Let's make that world happen, because this one is looking trash. We can do so much better. We can do so much better. We can have an amazing world, bro. Like, there's no reason for us not to have the dopest experience that we can possibly have. Why else would we do this? I love y'all. Peace and love. It's your brother Soul, Peter Joshua Lang, coming at you with the vision, coming at you with the heart. Let's get to it.